Hello, boys and girls, kids. Thanks for being with me tonight. A little bit discombobulated right now, but gonna pull through. So got lots of songs planned. We'll see how many I can get to, but it's gonna be kind of an eclectic grouping of songs, and I'm gonna start off with a song. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly long to be. Operator, oh, could you help me place this call? I see the number on the matchbook is old and faded. She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray, a guy she said she knew well and sometimes hated. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine to show. I've overcome the blow, I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real. But that's not the way it feels. Operator, oh, could you help me place this call? 'Cause I can't read the number that you just gave me. Something in my eyes, you know it happens every time. I think about the love that I thought would save me. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. No, 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 that's not the way it feels. Operator, well, let's forget about this call. There's no one there I really wanted to talk to. There's something, thank you for your time. Well, you've been so much more than kind. And you can keep the dime. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can find it, so I can call just to tell him I'm fine and to show I've overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. That was Jim Croce with Operator, and before that was Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, sung by Gene Wilder. Love that song, love that movie, and I still watch it when it comes on television from time to time. But yeah, that song, like I said, it was sung by Gene Wilder, but many people have done versions of that song. Josh Groban is one of them. In fact, I'm going to be doing another song later on that I really enjoyed Josh Groban doing. So, last week, or 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, I did a song from Phantom of the Opera, and so it was called All I Ask of You, and say you'll love me, say you'll always need me. And I did that song for, one, because I love the song, I love the movie, or the play, the musical, and I did it for my friend Susan Parks, who was one of my co-performers in Beach Blanket Babylon. But, I mean, honestly, I was kind of a fake. She was the real deal, though. She played Dorothy and many other characters in Beach Blanket Babylon. Phenomenal singer and actress. And so anyway, I had done that song. But when I did that song, it made me think of all these other songs from musicals. And I started adding them together, and I almost came up with an entire evening of just musicals, songs from musicals. But I thought, I've heard rumors that some people don't like musicals. I can't imagine that. And I'm not sure what's wrong with those people, but I'm not going to assume that everybody likes musicals, so I will throw in some other random songs from the 70s and that. But I plan on doing every other song. I'm going to do a song from a musical. So I had just done, what did I just do? I just did Operator, right? Okay, well, that was Jim Croce, of course. And now I'm going to do a song from the first musical that I ever saw in my life. All right? Do anything for you, dear. Anything for you mean everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile, anywhere for your smile, everywhere I'd see. Would you climb a hill? Anything. Wear a daffodil, anything. Leave me all your will, anything. Even fight my bill. What fisticuffs I'd risk. Everything for one kiss. Everything, yes, I'd do anything, anything for you. I'd do anything for you, dear. Anything for you mean everything to me. I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile, anywhere for your smile, everywhere I'd see. Would you lace my shoe? Anything. Paint a face bright blue? Anything. Catch a kangaroo? Anything. Go to Timbuktu and back again. I'd risk everything for one kiss. Everything, yes, I'd do anything, anything for you. Would you rob a shop? Anything. Would you risk the drop? Anything. Though your eyes go pop? Anything. When you come down plop, hang everything. We'd risk everything for one kiss. Everything. Yes, I'd do anything, anything for you. All right, that was called I'd Do Anything from the musical Oliver. And that was the first musical I ever saw at the movie theater when I was very, very young. If I saw one before that, I was too young to remember it. So this is the one that I remember. And I remember seeing it in San Diego, actually. We were visiting my aunt and uncle, Uncle Bob and Aunt Connie, down in San Diego for the summer. And during that summer, when I think back on it, I think of hot weather, Slurpees from 7-Eleven, which were a new thing to us, riding on a bongo board, eating cinnamon rolls, homemade cinnamon rolls, and watching the movie Oliver. Yes, I have more memories than just that, but those are the ones that come right off the top of my head. So that was from the musical Oliver, and that was in 1969, I believe. But I'm going to do a song now from 1973. It's not from a musical, but it's from a group that I really like. See if you can figure out who it is. Since I met you, I've begun to feel so strange. Every time I speak your name, you say you are so helpless too, that you don't know what to do. Ooh, each night I pray there will never come a day when you up and take your love away. You say you feel the same way too, and I wonder what it is I feel for you. Ooh, could it be I'm falling in love with you, baby? Could it be I'm falling in love? Ooh, could it be I'm falling in love with you, with you, with you? I don't need all those things that used to bring me joy. You made me such a happy boy. Honey, you'll always be only one for me. Meeting you was my destiny. You can be sure I will never let you down. When you need me, I will be around. Darling, you'll always be the only one for me. I messed up that solo. Darling, you'll always be the only one for me. Heaven made you specially. Could it be I'm falling in love with you, baby? Could it be I'm falling in love? Ooh, could it be I'm falling in love with you, with you, with you? Whew, all right, who was that by? Who sang that song? 10, 9, 8, 7, The Spinners. That was 1973. All right. How's everybody doing this evening? Like I said, I was discombobulated starting out. I'm not going to say that I'm any less discombobulated right now, but I'm just doing some songs that I like, and hopefully some of you like them too. So that was Could It Be I'm Falling in Love. I was going to do another one of their songs, The Spinners, but I might save it for a future week. It's a song that only has 2 chords in it, if you remember. I'll just play a piece of it. I'll be there, from you want me. I'll be there, I'll be around. Anyway, that's another Spinner song, and it actually comes to mind because there's only 2 chords in that, only 2 guitar chords in that song. So I'll be doing another song tonight that only has 2 chords in it. So that'll be our little guitar music lesson a little bit later. But right now, I'm going to do a song from a musical. And this is one that's another movie musical. So there's 2 kinds of musicals you might see. There's the ones on stage, and then there's the ones that are in movies. And they don't always, sometimes the movie turns to the stage, sometimes the stage turns into the movie. This one, I don't believe there's a stage musical of this one yet, but there might be in the future, who knows. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? Is this the start of something wonderful and new? Or one more dream that I cannot make true? City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? Is this the start of something wonderful and new? Or one more dream? A look in somebody's eyes to light up the skies, to open the world and send it reeling. A voice that says I'll be here and you'll be alright. I don't care if I know just where I will go, 'cause all that I need is this crazy feeling, a rat-tat-tat on my heart. Think I want it to stay. Stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, you never shine so brightly. That was City of Stars, sung by Ryan Gosling in the movie LaLa Land. That's right, with Emma Stone. I really love that movie when I went to it. I saw it at a movie theater in Arizona. And I really didn't know what it was about. I had no idea. I kind of went to it, and it's one of my most entertaining movies I've seen. I really liked it. And I've seen it many times since then on replay. Okay. So that was a song from a musical. So now I'm going to do a song that's not from a musical. And this is a song, as I was kind of on my search with the Spinners and looking at the Spinners and some of the different bands from that time, this band came up, and I'm going to try to do it. Oh boy, what key should I do it in? We'll see. So I'm assuming that Letty is not here tonight because usually she's there guessing songs. But here's a song from 1968, and man, it's just totally relevant to this day, to this very moment in time. This is not just a song from 1968, but it's you gotta guess who it is, though. Sometimes I'm right, I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. I am everyday people. There is a blue one who can't accept the green one, living with a fat one, trying to be a skinny one. Different strokes for different folks, so on and so on, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. We've got to live together, yeah. I am no better, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then you can't figure out the bag I'm in. I am everyday people. I am everyday people. There is a long hair that doesn't like the short hair, being such a rich one that will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. We've got to live together. There is a yellow one that won't accept the black one, won't accept the red one, won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks, so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I am everyday people. I am everyday people. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. That would be Sly and the Family Stone. Everyday people. Very, very appropriate for this days, for this time. Okay, that was 1968. Gonna jump forward a few decades, like 5 decades. I'm jumping forward 5 decades. I was younger than you are now. When I was given my first command, I led my men straight into a massacre. I witnessed their death firsthand. I made every mistake. I felt the shame rise in me. And even now I lie awake, knowing history has its eyes on me. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa. Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story. I know that we can win. I know that greatness lies in you. But from here on in, history has its eyes on you. History has its eyes on you. Oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, oh. So that was called History Has Its Eyes on You by Chris Jackson from the movie. Actually, I guess you could say it's a movie now because it's on Disney Plus, but it's from the musical Hamilton. And yeah, that musical just blew my mind. It continues to blow my mind how good it is. The music, the lyrics, the writing is just so good. Yeah, it's in a category all by itself, that song. And Chris Jackson is an amazing singer as well. You know, I love songs and musicals I love songs in general that have double meanings. You know, many of us, I would like to think that anybody who's here tonight, you love music, you love songs. And I'm guessing that some of the songs that I do resonate with you from when you were younger, maybe your childhood. And it's easy for us to take a song and kind of latch onto it. So even when, you know, we listen to a love song, it's kind of like, well, we apply that to our lives. And so, of course, we take that love song and we pick someone in our life to be the object of that song. Or when we're singing a sad song, we take on that sadness and like, oh, that's me. And so I love songs that have double meanings to them, that you can actually apply to other parts of your life. And we do it. I do it in church a lot too. You know, we'll do songs from church that are not necessarily written to God or about God, but I can take them though, and if I think of them from that context and perspective, that love song can be a love song to God as well. And so I feel like this song, History Has Its Eyes on You, is one of those songs that, even though it's specific, right? George Washington is speaking to Hamilton, you know, that whole theme of history has its eyes on you. It's like, man, it's like what we do matters, right? What we do, you know, from the movie Gladiator, right? What we do in life echoes into eternity, right? And so, you know, hopefully not all the bad stuff that we do echoes for a long time. Hopefully the good things we do echo. And I think it's part of what we try to raise in our children as well, is that, you know, that's kind of, children in a way are our echo, for good, for better, for worse. So anyway, all right, that's my little thing about Hamilton there. And okay, I'm going to go off course now, which is always scary because I don't have any these things planned at all. But I did a song. One of the first songs I ever wrote at church for Cornerstone was in a musical that we did. And it was our Easter present. It was an Easter presentation we did. We didn't know it was going to be musical. It was just going to be like a drama. And it was the first time I was in a musical at church, and we just pretty much did the gospel. And I wrote this song for John, the Apostle John, who I played, and Peter, who was played by David Cornaros. And it was a scene where John and Peter, which is taken out of the Bible, directly out of the Bible, where it says they ran to the tomb of Jesus because they had heard a rumor. They had heard some of the women say, hey, Jesus is alive. He's alive. He's not there. And so what happens next is they run to the tomb and they get to the empty tomb. And there's a lot of little details in the song that we tried to redo in our drama. You know, for example, John apparently outruns Peter to the tomb. He arrives, but he doesn't go in. Peter gets there eventually and he storms in, which is so Peter. He storms into the empty tomb. And then, so I wrote this song that John sings as they are contemplating the empty tomb. And it's just called The Empty Tomb. Hopefully I remember it. Here we stand in an empty tomb, wondering where you are. Are you near or far? He said he would rise again. He said he would free us from our sin. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. How can you believe you saw him die? I know that it's hard. This I can't deny. I cannot believe unless I see. Don't be deceived by what you see. Just believe. Here we are in an empty tomb, and now we must take our stand. Was he God or man? God or man? Maybe it's true. Okay. Well, that was no Hamilton, but we're all faced with having to contemplate the empty tomb, aren't we? We all have to decide what it means. Anyway, that was back 29 years ago. And I did not practice that song at all, and I think I even skipped lyrics and stuff. But anyway. All right. Oh, I'm in the key that I want to be in. I'm going to do a song that's a non-musical song now. And it's from a band called Firefall, 1977. It's kind of one of those one-hit wonders that you hear on the radio. Probably didn't go out and buy their album, but you probably heard it on the radio. When it all goes crazy and the thrill is gone, the days get rainy, the nights get long. When you get that feeling we're born to lose, staring at your ceiling, think of your Friends have left you wait, friends have let you down. Just remember I love you, and it'll be alright. Just remember I love you more than I can say. Maybe then your blues will fade away. When you need a lover and you're down so low, you start to wonder, but you never know. When it feels like sorrow is your only friend, remember, you'll feel this way again. Just remember I loved you, and it'll be alright. Just remember I love you more than I can say. Just remember I love you, and it'll be alright. Just remember I love you more than I can say. When the blues come calling at the break of dawn, the rain keeps falling, the rainbow's gone. When you feel like crying, but the tears won't come, then your dreams are dying, then you're on the run. Just remember I love you, and it'll be alright. Just remember I love you more than I can say. Just remember I love you, and it'll be alright. That was my Firefall called Remember, Just Remember I Love You. You know, for you, those of you that sing, the strangest thing can happen at certain times, right? All of a sudden, your mouth starts salivating and you start to choke on your own saliva. Isn't that a lovely thought? And that kind of happened to me in the middle of the song there. I was kind of like, I think I spit all over my microphone. Yeah, kind of like started choking in the middle of the song. All right. It's time for another musical song. So I talked about songs that have double meanings to them, and or how maybe it's not double meaning, but we take a song on to ourselves and we kind of make it our own, and we think about it in the context of our own life. And as I was preparing this song I'm about to do, it made me start thinking of a time, and it was a time when so I'm not going to assume that everybody here goes to church, right? Or that is even a believer, so to, necessarily. And that's okay. But for those of you that are believers, you believe in God. And I don't know if you've ever had times when you feel a distinct interaction with God, or a time when you are totally vulnerable and you totally make yourself available to God in all of your flesh and blood. And sometimes I think we only have a couple of those moments, and a lot of times they're desperate moments. I think about that movie, the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, right? And in that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, the guy who, at the time that he wishes he had never been born, he's at a point where he's lost everything. He's in a bar. He's kind of leaning against the bar. And he's just almost under his breath, Jimmy Stewart is saying, "God help me, God help me." I'm not even sure if that was in the script necessarily, but it's one of those moments. This song reminded me of one of those moments in my life. And it was when my son Jonah was born. And Jonah was born in 2004. And our first son. And when he was born kind of prematurely. He was 5 pounds, 10 ounces. And he had a little bit of a problem when he was born. He was missing a certain element of his blood called a neutrophil. And I guess we have neutrophils in our blood that help us to fight infection. And he didn't have any. And so at first they thought he had leukemia. And then they said, no, he doesn't have leukemia. He just doesn't have these neutrophils. And they kept him in the hospital for a week. And we stayed in the hospital for a week. And there was this time when they were going to do an aspirate called a bone marrow aspirate, where they had to take part of his bone marrow because they were going to see and make sure that he didn't have any really, really bad disease. And so they did that. They took out part of the bone marrow, and then I had to come out and wait half an hour to hear what the results were. So this was at Kaiser in San Francisco on Geary Street. And so I had to go out and move my car because of parking meters. And so I went out to my car and I went into the car and I just fell apart because I was so helpless. And I remember just crying out to God, God, please help him. Please help him. I didn't even know him. I did not even know my son yet, but I loved him so much, and I didn't even know him yet. And so, anyway, it turned out good, of course. Okay, Jesus, Jonah is he's very active now, but this song reminds me of that time. It reminds me of that time, and I think it's something that we will all pray to our children. God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest. Heaven bless. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home. He's like the son I might have known. If God had granted me a son, the summers die one by one. How soon they fly on, and I am old, will be gone. Bring him peace. Bring him joy. He is young. He is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him was called Bring Him Home from Les Miserables, sung by many artists. Hugh Jackman sang it in the musical movie. Josh Groban sings it. I love that song, Bring Him Home. And isn't that our prayer, is that our children will be brought home as us? You know, small short story. So, I know people who've had miscarriages before. I don't want to violate any privacy issues, but I think most of us probably know people who have had a miscarriage, maybe even gone through a miscarriage, and it's difficult. It was difficult for me to process this happened. I mean, it's easy to ask, well, why would God allow this to happen? What purpose would that life have served? And to be quenched so young, so small, before even being delivered. And I read this little story once, and in this little book, and it was about to those who have lost a young one. And what this little story said, it said that the length of your life does not determine the impact upon life. And it used the example of Methuselah from the Bible, and Methuselah is known as the longest living human being, lived 967 years. And the question was posed, well, what if Methuselah had died at birth? What if he hadn't lived 900 plus years? Would his life still have been worth it? And so when you look at the scripture, what it says is that when Methuselah was born, his father, whose name is escaping me right now, his father, it says he knew God. When his son was born, he knew God. And so the writer was suggesting that if Methuselah had died at birth, and it was for no other reason than to bring his father to God, then his life would have been served. His purpose would have been served, even though he happened to go on and live 967 years. So, and he kind of made this story even more clear by saying that, you know, when a shepherd is out tending his sheep and they've eaten all the grass from the lowlands, the shepherd has to lead the sheep up to the highlands where there's more grass to eat. You know what? I thought it was Enoch. I was going to say Enoch, but I wasn't sure. Thank you, Maria. But when the shepherd needs to lead his sheep to a higher pasture, he needs to lead them up these trails that are kind of rocky and they're kind of steep and they're kind of scary, and the sheep won't follow. So what the shepherd does is he picks up a baby lamb in each arm and he begins walking up the narrow, steep, dangerous trail. And the mothers of those lambs begin to follow, and then all the sheep begin to follow. And so this writer was saying, maybe your little one has been brought to heaven, to the higher ground. And although it's steep and it's rocky and it's dangerous and it's scary, he wants us to follow. And so I love that image, and may that comfort whoever needs comfort. Okay. This is a non-musical song from 1955, but it was redone in 1969. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Girls have picked them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? By Pete Seeger. soldiers gone, taking husbands, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gone for soldiers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Covered with flowers, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Right, that's Where Have All the Flowers Gone by Pete Seeger. But that song has been covered by so many artists. It was covered by the Kingston Trio. It's been covered by Peter, Paul, and Mary. It's where I knew it from, Peter, Paul, and Mary's Greatest Hits. It's been sung by so many artists. I mean, all the way up through Green Day. Green Day used part of that song in one of their songs. So it's a classic song. And of course, it was about the Vietnam War and war in general. So, all right. I want to see what time it was. Sorry. I can't see the clock on the computer to see what time it is. All right. It's time for another song from a musical. All right. I'm looking forward to this one. This is for all the ladies who want to sing, okay? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you not get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open door. What are you hoping for? Do you know, once we were standing still in time, chasing the fantasies that filled our minds. You knew I loved you, but my spirit was free. laughing at the questions that you once asked of me. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Now looking back at all we've planned, we let so many dreams just slip through our hands. Why must we wait so long before we'll see how sad the answers to these questions can be? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no open door. What are you hoping for? Do you know? All right, that was the theme from Mahogany, sung by Diana Ross on her solo, one of her solo songs after the Supremes. And yeah, I remember that song on the radio, and I never thought I would ever sing it because it's a girl singing it, but such a beautiful melody. Actually, the way these chords change, just like, so I'm capoed on the 4th fret, playing it in C. So it's, do you know, to F, where you're going to, D minor. Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Beautiful chord progression. Amazing, amazing. It actually said it was written by, I think Mike Masser and Gary Coffin. And Coffin is a well-known artist. He was married to Carole King. And so you'll see many of the old songs from the 60s and even some of the 50s were by Goffin and King. Goffin and King. I think they divorced. And but Goffin still wrote songs, and yeah. It's by Goffin and King. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the hour. I was going to do a song for you guitar players out there, okay? A 2-chord song for you, okay? E minor and F sharp minor. But you don't want to play the F sharp minor. This is an F sharp minor, but it's kind of hard to play. So you could play it like this, and it's kind of the same thing. On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rings. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la. After 2 days in the desert sun, my skin began to turn red. After 3 days in the desert fun, I was looking at a riverbed. The story it told of a river that flowed made me sad to think it was dead. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La After 9 days, I let the horse run free, 'cause the desert had turned to sea. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rings. The ocean is a desert with its life underground, and the perfect disguise above. Under the city lies a heart made of ground, but the humans will give no love. You see, I've been to the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La la da 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 da. La 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 da 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 da. All right, that was Horse with No Name. You know, I saw somebody during that song say Neil Young, and no, it's not Neil Young. His voice sounds very much like Neil Young, but it's not Neil Young. It's the band America, and I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's one of the other singers in America. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I'm 99.9% sure it's not Neil Young. We'll see if that works out. Okay. I'm going to do a song right now that I usually do at Easter time. But I'm going to do it right now. It's a Matt Redman song. It's one of the more obscure Matt Redman songs, though. Not obscure for Cornerstone, but it's obscure for... I've never heard any other church do it, actually. I will love you for the cross. I will love you for the cost. Man of sufferings, bringer of my peace. You came into a world of shame, paid the price we could not pay. Death that brought me life, blood that brought me home. Death that brought me life, blood that brought me home. And I love you for the cross. I'm overwhelmed by the mystery. I love you for the cost. That Jesus, you would do this for me. When you were broken, you were beaten, you were punished, I go free. When you were wounded and rejected, in your mercy I am healed. I am healed. Jesus Christ, the sinner's friend, does this kindness know no bounds? With your precious blood, you have purchased me. Oh, the mystery of the cross. You were punished, you were crushed, but that punishment has become my peace. Yes, that punishment has become my peace. And I love you for the cross. I'm overwhelmed by the mystery. I love you for the cost. That Jesus, you will do this for me. When you were broken, you were beaten, you were punished, I go free. cross. I'm overwhelmed by the mystery. I love you for the cost. That Jesus, you will do this for me. When you were broken, you were beaten, you were punished, I go free. When you were wounded and rejected, in your mercy I am healed. It's called For the Cross by Matt Redman. And I think we're at the end of our evening. It's 7:09. I had other songs to do, other musicals to do, but I want to be respectful of everyone's time, including my own. So thank you so much for bearing with me and some of my long-winded explanations of things. And yeah, blessings to all of you tonight. Thanks so much. Appreciate it very much. And I'm just going to pray us out. Lord, I thank you for this evening and for the gift of music that we're all given, and that prayerfully, may that music touch our souls and revitalize us, rejuvenate us, give us hope. And I ask for your blessing over each person tonight that's watching, every single person. May your blessing be over them. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Thank you. Have a great evening. I'll see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight. All right. Good night.